Bhaktisiddhanta, that's Prabhupada's spiritual master.
How often was he here?
He was here a lot. He was here, when he would come to LA, like a month or two. He liked the weather here because he's from Vrindavan, from India, and it's warm in India. And he would translate. He liked LA. I'd say out of all the temples in the US, LA was the place where he stayed the most. And I was here then.
You were here then?
Yeah, fortunate, so it was wonderful. Especially in the early days when we had the other room was a temple room, not this temple now. It's smaller and was more intimate. Not as many devotees were there, and Prabhupada would come down and do class every day. And it was really wonderful.
Do you have one favorite story that you remember?
Well, I remember the time I got initiated, second initiation from Prabhupada. It was right here in this room.
Which room?
In this room right here. This is where he was. And I remember feeling really nervous that whole day. And I was like, I was going to meet my spiritual master, one-on-one for the first time. And I was real scared, and I was coming up the stairs, and I knocked on the door, but I didn't hear him. And so I went in anyway, and I got down on paid obeisances, and Prabhupada went, yes, to get closer. So, I was shy, and I just went a little closer, and Prabhupada goes, and I went a little closer, and Prabhupada kept telling me to come closer and closer, and finally, I was practically on his lap. And he showed me Gayatri, how to do the Gayatri mantra. And he told me, he goes, so you will chant this mantra 3 times a day? And I was real enthusiastic, because in those days, everybody was enthusiastic. So I said, yes, yeah, Prabhupada, I will chant this mantra 3 times a day. And he said it again, because I guess he knew that I was going to not chant, because I was a rascal. And Prabhupada knew that I wouldn't. So he said it again. And I said, yeah. And I was thinking, why is Prabhupada saying that again? And then he said, so you have something for me? And I had something for him, but I wasn't going to give it to him because I didn't think that it was enough. It was only $20 in a little pouch with some oils. And that's all I had. Because we really were poor. I mean, we had nothing in those days. We had a couple of saris, and we were lucky that most of us were on welfare. So I was thinking, how can I give Prabhupada $20 and some oils? So I wasn't even going to give it to him, but then Prabhupada said, so you have something for me? Because he knew my mind. He knew that I brought something, but I wasn't happy about it, and I didn't think it was enough. And Prabhupada took it out, and he waved it around like it was like $1 million. Like I gave him the world, and he was so happy with it. And he just waved it around, real playful. He was very playful, had his feet on the table, and his shirt was off, and he was just so playful. I was completely amazed. I just couldn't believe it. And it was a pastime. I actually had a pastime. It was really nice. And then I left, and I felt like I wasn't scared anymore, and I was completely happy. He just took everything away. It was wonderful.
And that was right in here?
Yeah.
Can you show me where that was?
Yeah. It was right here, and I remember seemed like it was such a far distance to get to Prabhupada. Now it looks short, but when I was in there with him, it seemed like this room seemed like it was miles long. It seemed like forever. When I finally got there, and Prabhupada was so brilliant. I never had that experience in my life, and I just couldn't even imagine